just how Charlie's doing.
Yeah, if you're asking me, it never looks good when they go down like that in women's basketball. Obviously their doctors looked at her. I don't think it looks good, and it's just we'll wait and see what the picture looks like. But it generally doesn't ever end up well. So you gotta just be patient and then figure out the next plans for her.
Was it a non-contact injury?
I think so. I think she was trying to draw a little contact on a breakaway, and again, the way she plants and things like that, and really good players, she makes thousands of times a year. So I don't think it was anything at all other than people going hard for the basket.
Apologies if this has been asked. It's been kind of cutting in and out for me to hear, but I just kind of want to ask specifically about LA and just how she basically has to play the whole second half, play point guard charisma, and is able to do a good job even on that last three she took. She got a good contest on it. Just having her, I mean, how much of an impact does she make in a game like this where you're pretty much down your top two ball handlers with Charlize and AT?
Well, I'm not going to tell her the way to the world is honor, so we're just going to keep that quiet. But amazing performance for a freshman, amazing performance for someone that really hasn't played point guard, and it's just steps into the moment, does not doesn't hide from what is in front of her, what's asked of her. She just keeps trying to help possible.
Just kind of also want to ask about Jenna again, with the injury to Charlize, B being in foul trouble, she has to play 31 minutes, has a couple of big baskets, gets a couple of rebounds, has a steal. There was a point in the fourth quarter where you're playing the number 2 team in the country, and you've got 3 freshmen on the floor and Kira, who didn't play a whole lot last year. And, you'd say that and think, oh boy, how bad is this going? But you guys were up and were able to kind of hold on. How much do you kind of see the way that the young players have really had to grow up fast with some of the injuries you've had this year?
Yeah. I mean, there have been times when honestly, Bella and Charlize and some of our older players haven't scored. And the people that are producing the most points, even against USC, I think 47 of our 60 something points were freshmen or returners. Maybe I should say that, returners. So, it's a bright future for us. Again, I don't think people look at us and go, we're overwhelmingly talented, but we just get the right kids with the right competitiveness and, building it so that we can play big, and building it where we can shoot from all spots and play in a way that makes us compete or allows us to compete. But just loved Jenna has some grit to her. Like, she probably isn't the best ball handler, but she's not gonna let anyone tell her she's not. She's gonna step up and go get the ball. She's gonna take it on that drive where she got a big time finish. She's just not afraid of the moment. Kira's growing into her game. She's got to become a better ball handler and more specific ball handler for us, but loved her her minutes were crucial for us, and I thought she grew up a little bit tonight.
Tara, the last 2 years, just above 60% from the line.
Hey, Jamie, hang on one second. Wait, Jamie, wait. Can you tell them that they can go on and I'll walk back? Or let me talk to Deb real quick. Hey, Deb.
Yes.
I have my suitcase. Y'all got to stay out. We're still on. I have my suitcase in the shower area, but I think we could send the bus on if you get my. Oh, we can't. Wait, sorry, we can't. We're traveling to the next place. Sorry, I lost my mind for a second. Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, you good? Still got me?
Thank you. Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. I was gonna ask Tara the last 2 years, 63.2 from the line, 67.1. She's at 85 this year. She goes 12 of 14, and you needed every one of those today. I mean, just her growth, not only as a player, but in that area, a place where she had really struggled in the past couple of years, and then now, I went to look before they were starting to foul. I'm thinking, no Charlize, your best shooter's on the bench. I'm like, oh, wow, Tara's at the top of the percent, and then she hit some big ones. Really, I think she did last year as well in Poly.
I just can't believe Tara's cup this year and her growth this year, and specifically these last 2 games. I mean, she's just taken upon herself to find ways to get to the rim, she kind of backed it in. She did the old, I don't know who does that in the NBA, the little crab dribble, and she just backed it in until she got a shot and got fouled. When we were struggling getting paint touches and scoring in the paint. So, but her decision making, her willingness to bring the ball up, I mean, she's just competing at just such a high level. I'm so impressed with her. Need her in every way. She's working on her outside shot. So clearly she's working on her free throws and it shows up.
And then last one, again, it was kind of cutting out earlier. So just, again, it sounds like no update really on Charlize, but you expect AT back when you get home for the mountain schools?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be on the minute protocol for AT, but I do think we'll get her back. Yeah, Charlize, we'll get a picture, but, I don't think anyone feels good about, how it happened and what the docs here are saying. So just can't be happier for our team, but sadder for our team, and certainly for Charlize and everything she's given to our program, and for this to happen to her at this stage.
So Charlize exits with injury and UCLA starts to close the gap. What is going through your mind, and how do you help your team and you stay in the game?
I told our team that they were in a hostile environment. And that's why practice has to be kind of hostile. And they had a hostile coach too, screaming at them a little bit in the huddles. But, just we're putting people out of their comfort zone. I mean, people had to do things that they don't normally have to do because Charlize comes and saves the day all the time. So just trying to, and we knew they would pick up the intensity and pressure, made some bad decisions in a press break. But for the most part, hanging on in the midst of that kind of game and losing, your best player and on the road, I don't really care how it ended up. We hung on and we got it. And the fact that we were up 16 is just pretty awesome. I mean, we probably played as good a basketball as we've played all year in that first half, and to be up 16. So credit to our team to get there, and then credit to every single player on our team that made some big plays and made some big decisions and helped us win.
And what can you say about Bella and how she stepped up today?
Yeah, I mean, the second I'm nice to Bella, she doesn't show up the next game. So I'm not gonna say anything nice. I'm just kidding. I mean, that is Bella. That is her level of play and her competitiveness. She was so focused before this game. And again, it was easy to see. We weren't at USC. I think everybody left that arena and felt horrible about how they performed and how they approached the game and the stuff that we did within the game. And she just had the determination. Charlize, the leaders on our team, I think they had this team ready. I think they were not going to be the same team that played USC. And again, credit to seniors, leadership, that you show up and you play at the level that you should. Now forget that. And now let's see what we do this next weekend, because a lot more is going to be put on her plate, and she's got to do the same thing, as we get ready for the weekend.
I know you've spoken about how, rankings don't really matter this early in the season. Upsets aren't really upsets, but nonetheless, you guys beat a really talented team today. And you just continue to stack these accomplishments throughout your tenure. What does kind of building this winning standard and winning legacy mean to you? And even, given the context of Charlize leaving the game today?
Well, again, we haven't talked a lot this year about doing things for the first time. So again, this is one of those. We're doing something for the first time. We just beat a ranked team, a number 2 team in the country on the road. I think there's a lot of firsts in that. So we love doing things like that. That hasn't been done in our program's history. So all of that, and then it should build some confidence in what we can accomplish. But it's all a little tampered. It's all a little bittersweet. We've all got to regroup, and we've got to find a way to, play without Charlize Leger-Walker, or think about a Leger-Walker that we've had on the floor, for I don't know how many years, 5 years, 6 years. So that's the human side of it. That's the, we love these kids, and we want good for them. And when injuries happen, it's just really, really hard for them to be able to handle it, and then us to make sense of it. So it's going to be a big ask of our team, and we're going to have to regroup, and we're going to have to find new ways to be better and do it for kind of a fallen teammate. And I can't think of a better thing to do.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win and safe travels.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. And then Austin. Austin, you're unmuted. Can you also state your affiliate, please?
Yeah. This is Austin Getz with KHQ SWX. Coach, congratulations. Kind of piggybacking off the last question, it's becoming like an annual occurrence now. You taking down these upsets. You could think back to Arizona a couple years ago, or the tournament, the Pac-12 tournament run last year. I mean, you're probably a team that nobody wants to see come into their gym and line up across from them. How much do you guys relish in knowing that you are such a dangerous team and you can really beat anyone in this league on any given day?
Well, thank you. That's a nice compliment. I'm not sure I completely agree. I think, in some ways, I think we still lack a little respect, or we're not that intimidating. I think we walk into the gym and the other team looks down at us and goes, I think we can beat them. And so we don't have that big intimidation factor going for us, but I do think we do. We have some respect from coaches in this league and seeing what we've accomplished and what we've done with the players that we have. And again, we recruit different people, and that doesn't make the people they recruit better. It just means we're finding people that can compete at this level in different parts of the world and different parts of the country. And, really proud of that, proud of the fact that we can put maybe lesser ranked players on the floor, but just are great competitors and can compete with some of the top teams and top recruits in the country. So, but I don't think our margin of error, that's the thing with these top ranked teams, the number 2 ranked team losing a player. If you lose bets, that probably makes a big difference for their program. They could probably stand to lose something because they have so much depth and other things. But for a player like us to lose a player like we did or do, we just have to be perfect, from here on out. And that's a lot to ask against, the teams that we play in this league.